Welcome to Grits on the Rocks, where we mix a little grit with a whole lot of good times. As you know, Fridays we have our Friday Fumas edition, where we light up a cigar, pour a drink, and dive into conversations that matter. We share quotes and dissect them. This is where we explore life's up and downs, share inspiring stories sometimes, and connect with incredible guests, sometimes, who bring their unique flavor to the table. So grab your favorite smoke, pour yourself a glass, and let's spark some insightful discussion that fuel your passion and ignite your spirit.
This podcast is a Buenos Diaz media production.
This is the Grit on the Rocks podcast, where raw conversations meet smooth sips. Pull up a chair, pour your favorite drink, puff on your favorite cigar, and join us as we dive into the convos that matter. No scripts, no barriers, just unfiltered truth served straight up. Cheers to the real ones out there. Salud.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm in my happy place. Grit on the Rocks podcast. Thank you for tuning in once again. We're getting back on track. Yeah, we had a rocky week last week. Some of the things weren't in order. Had a lot going on in my personal life, but I said I'd come through. 2 episodes a week, and here we are. This is Grit on the Rocks. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you are watching us on YouTube or on Rumble. Subscribe. Leave us a comment on the topics that we talk about. Topic on, if we talk about a cigar or whatever topic we talk about, we want to listen and we want to hear from you, right? So we want to read your comments. If you are listening to us on the podcast platforms, follow the podcast, share with your family and friends. Now we are also not only on Apple Podcasts, we're also on Spotify. We're also on iHeartRadio app. Yes, so we are expanding, thankfully, and thanks to you, the listeners. So today we're diving into a powerful quote from Plato, and we'll also be going down 20 benefits some might get from smoking cigars and or visiting cigar lounges. But before we start,
the views and opinions expressed by the host, guest, and or participants of this show do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Buenos Diaz Media LLC, its associates, partners, and show sponsors. The content is intended for entertainment purposes and should not be construed as professional advice. Listener discretion is advised.
Okay, so I have to start by saying that in no way we are encouraging anyone to smoke cigars or anything of the sort. If you are not a cigar smoker, it is what it is. If you are, then pay attention. If you aren't and you're interested, then it's totally up to you. Again, we are not encouraging anyone. We're just going down a list of different points of view when it comes to cigars and cigar lounges. What you choose to do is totally up to you. Just because I enjoy them doesn't mean I'm telling you to do the same. Just in case, I needed to get that out there. So first, let's look at the cigar of the week. Today we're talking about, we highlight a cigar that we have either smoked or will be smoking in the very near future, right? The cigar of the week, we talk about a cigar. Again, not encouraging you to smoke, but we are highlighting a cigar as it is Friday Fumas. So as an enthusiast, I enjoy the culture very much, but I'm not a daily smoker. So I tend to pick what I'll be enjoying depending on my mood. So what cigar are we talking about this week? La Gloria Cubana Classic. A cigar that truly kickstarted the brand's legacy, featured in one of the first issues of Cigar Aficionado. The cigar quickly became a symbol of boutique excellence. The La Gloria Cubana Classic offers a full-body flavor profile with delicious notes of molasses, earth, and a hint of citrus. It starts with a beautifully aged Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, complemented by a rich blend of Dominican and Nicaraguan tobaccos, all bound together with a Nicaraguan binder. The combination delivers a unique, medium-bodied smoking experience that's perfect for any cigar lover. So if this is something that you are looking forward to experiencing or have experienced, I want to read your comment in the bottom. So with that out the way, it is Friday Fumas edition. Let's jump into the quote of the week. And it goes, "The measure of a man is what he does with power." That was Plato. So let's define power. Power comes in many forms: social, political, financial, and personal. Each of us holds power, whether as a leader at work, a parent, or a friend. Think about leaders who inspire us. Those who use their power for good. They make choices that benefit their communities. Now contrast that with leaders who abuse their power, causing harm and distrust. When we wield power, we have a responsibility to act ethically. Self-awareness and a commitment to integrity guide our actions. Let's remember that our choices influence others, no matter where you are. Power also shows up in relationships, right? In personal relationships. It's essential to use our influence to uplift others, not to control or manipulate. Emotional intelligence plays a key role in navigating these dynamics. So what's the conclusion? True character is revealed by how we use power. Let's strive to be leaders in our own lives, making choices to uplift and inspire those around us. I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. If you are listening or watching, have you witnessed power used positively or negatively? Share your experiences in the comments or send in the questions for future episode. With that said, now let's jump into the 20 benefits men or women get from smoking cigars and going to cigar lounges. Right? So let's look at these 20 benefits, right? That's people, right? It could be men, but it could also be women that they get from smoking cigars and going to cigar lounges. We're going to be highlighting, right, the social, the psychological, and the personal advantages. So number one is stress relief. Nothing says I've got this like taking a long, slow drag from a fine cigar after a hard day. It's like therapy, but cheaper and smells better. In my personal experience, I am not an everyday smoker, so I really enjoy and look forward to, after having like a stressful week, there's so much to do when you live in a city where everything is go, 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 hustle and bustle. There comes a time, right? You have your job. Maybe you might have a business that you're running. Maybe you run, a company or whatever it is. At the end of the week, when Fridays come, I truly enjoy just sitting back either at a lounge or, in some personal space where I can just sit, enjoy a drink or a beer or even coffee and just puff on a nice cigar without, it's like a form of meditation, right? Where you black everything out and you're just in the moment enjoying what you're doing. It is truly a great stress reliever for me. But again, that's me. So if you have other ways or if you enjoy this also for this reason, drop a comment. Number two is networking opportunities. Cigar lounges are where deals get made. Whether you're chatting with a fellow businessman or just exchanging tips on cigar cuts, you never know when a casual conversation can turn into a business opportunity. I can say also, this is true. I have found myself making more connections now since I got into the whole cigar culture. Just, again, it could just be a simple conversation and all of a sudden, someone says, oh, I know this person, or this person I know is into cigars. And, when you're like, oh, and that person is into cigars, and, oh, that person is into business. And it's just, oh, I'll introduce you. And boom, you make that connection. I've made quite a few connections because of cigars, right? The conversation starts exactly on a cut or my favorite cigar. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't know you were into that. And I know this person, and so on and so forth. So it is a great networking opportunity when you are at a lounge, or simply when you're just sharing, right, your experiences with others, and they make that connection of someone they know, and they introduce you, and the rest is history. Number 3 goes in hand with number 1, right? Number 3 is relaxation. Smoking a cigar forces you to slow down, sit back, and relax. There's no rush. There's no rushing a good cigar, which is basically nature's way of telling you to chill. When you smoke a good premium cigar, you're not rushing. You're not doing none of that. You're taking your time, one puff at a time. If you're having a good conversation, you put it down, you let it sit there while you're talking and enjoying your drink, and you take another puff. And when you come to see, an hour passes by, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I've had cigars that people say that it's a half-hour smoke, and it's taking me an hour, and I'm like, 45 minutes, and I'm still like halfway, just taking my time and enjoying the relaxation, just living in the moment. Number 4 is bonding with friends. Cigars are best enjoyed with good company, whether it's celebrating life's victories or simply catching up. Cigars create a perfect excuse to hang out with the boys. That is also true. Number 5 is alone time. While cigars are great for bonding, they're also perfect for moments of solitude and reflection. You can just sit there, smoke, and contemplate the meaning of life, or what's for dinner. Number 6 gives you a taste of luxury. Every puff of a premium cigar makes you feel like you've made it in life, even if your quote-unquote luxury includes microwaving last night's pizza later. Number 7, confidence boost. Cigars are a power symbol. Light one up, and instantly you feel more like a boss. It's impossible to look insecure with a cigar in your hand. Number 8, community. Cigar lounges offer a unique sense of brotherhood. Whether you're a regular or a newbie, people in the lounge are often welcoming, swapping cigar tips and life stories alike. I have found this to be true. Every lounge I've gone to, especially this one specific lounge, and I just shout them out, like Mom Cigar Lounge in Scarsdale, New York, I feel so welcome when I go there. And even if I don't know anybody, I feel like everyone is so welcoming, even just, customers, not people that work there, just customers. They're very nice, they're very polite. It's such a chill vibe. And I just truly enjoy it when I go there. I feel like when you back in the day when they had the show Cheers, and it's nice. What is it? It's where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came. Sort of, that's the feeling, you just meet people, and sometimes you engage in these conversations and you share stories, and it's just a great vibe. Number 9 is better focus. There's something about smoking a cigar that makes you more mindful and focused. It could be the ritual, the craftsmanship, or just the need to not let it burn unevenly. Number 10, enhances taste. Cigars pair beautifully with whiskey, rum, or even coffee, making each drink taste even better. It's like the peanut butter to your whiskey's jelly. That is also true. I've never been much of a whiskey drinker. I've never been much of a dark alcohol like whiskey, bourbon, things of that nature. I've never been a big drinker of that, but I do enjoy, and I feel like it both enhance each other. Like I'll puff on a cigar and I'll be like, oh, okay. and then you take a sip of whiskey, whatever it is that you prefer, whatever you prefer drinking. I like, chocolate whiskey, and I just take a sip of that, and instantly the cigar tastes so much better. And vice versa. I've been sipping on whiskey, and it's like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden, I light up a cigar and take a puff, and then when I take a sip, tastes totally different, so much better. Number 12, according to this list, it increases patience. Cigars teach patience. They burn slow, and you can't rush them, which translates to a more measured and patient approach in life, or at least with the cigar. Number 13, which I also agree, offers mental clarity. The simple act of sitting down to smoke can clear your head, whether you're solving the world's problems or just figuring out how to avoid cleaning the garage. Cigars seem to help with focus. Number 14. Some people might not agree with this. I do. And I've said this before. Before I got into the whole cigars, I always thought that cigars were like a symbol of status, like a symbol of success. And now that I've gotten into the whole culture of it, I have to agree. It does. Lighting up a cigar after closing a deal or hitting a personal milestone makes the moment feel like a real victory. Cigars are like the cherry on top of your success sundae. Right now I'm working on this project, and I just finished my part, right? My company already gave in their part. It's a media project. And I have 2 specific cigars that I have saved up in my humidor, 2 champagne cigars that I have. And I told the person that I'm working with, my client, I was like, if this works out the way we want it to, this is what we're going to celebrate with. I have them 2 set on the side for us to just sit and enjoy a good smoke in celebration. Number 15, escape from technology. Most cigar lounges banish cell phones to maintain a relaxing environment, so you get a break from constant texts and emails and actually live in the moment. The lounges that I've been to, they don't do that. Everyone, is allowed to have their cell phones. But I do agree with the sentiment of this. I tend to, when I go to a cigar lounge, I put my phone away because this is something I'm doing every day on the phone, emails, social media, following up with the podcast, looking up for topics, looking up for information, and, even work. And you're constantly back and forth with the phone. So when it's time for me to enjoy a lounge, I truly want to enjoy the lounge and my cigar experience. So I tend to escape completely from technology. I only have my phone on because of just in case, my wife has to reach out to me or my son, et cetera, like personal things. But I'm not on my phone. I'm not on social media or anything like that. I'm enjoying the moment. Number 16, intellectual conversation. For some reason, cigars seem to bring out deep conversations. You can start with sports and end up debating philosophy or politics over a slow-burning smoke. That is true. Great conversations, I'll tell you. Some of the best conversations I have with my friends, it's usually, over a cigar. Number 17, it's good for your quote-unquote cool factor. Smoking cigars gives you an automatic boost in swagger. You feel like the James Bond, even if you're just James from accounting. That's debatable, but again, these are people's opinion. This is not my opinions. Number 18 is tradition and culture. Cigars carry a rich history and tradition, being part of what makes you feel connected to generations of cigars enthusiasts. Like you're part of an elite club. Number 19, as I mentioned before, celebrating life's wins. From new jobs to new babies, cigars are often the go-to celebratory smoke. They make the good times even better and give you a reason to celebrate in the first place. That is true. When you get a victory, that cigar tastes so much better. Number 20, and the last one on the list, is escape the chaos. Cigar lounges are havens of peace in an otherwise hectic world. So true. The calm environment, the rich aromas, and the camaraderie make them the perfect places to escape the madness of daily life. Completely agree. So in short, whether it's for relaxation, connection, or just enjoying a well-deserved moment of peace, smoking cigars and visiting cigar lounges offer a wealth of benefits for people looking to elevate their experience and unwind in style. Thank you so much for listening, subscribing, and sharing the podcast. Until next time, keep your spirits high, cigars lit, and remember, peace begins with us. Stay gentlemanly and classy. Cheers.
Cricked on the rocks tonight, men with hearts like iron bars, tackling life's endless fights, scars becoming stars, diving deep into the void, working dreams like candy, family bonds sometimes destroyed, like fate always handy. Real men, real issues here, facing fears like storms at sea. Truth is all we hold dear, weakness set free. Help a battle we all share, fitness built with grit and sweat. Life ain't always fair, don't you dare forget. Challenges rise like mountains tall, through the haze we crawl alone. Echoes in the empty hall, our struggles carved in stone. Voices lost in a loud cruel, but we rise and scream our names. Swords of truth forever hurled in this podcast game. Health a battle we all share, fitness built with grit and sweat. Life ain't always fair, don't you dare forget. Health a